What is going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Before we start with the video, I just want to remind you guys that if you aren't watching this video, there's a pretty good chance that you're not subscribed. So if you enjoy NBA content regularly, then I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and also turn on your notifications so you don't miss an upload. And also, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like. It only takes 2 seconds and it makes a big difference in helping this channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, so today I want to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers because they're a team that people were really interested in watching this year because of the Ben Simmons story, because it still hasn't been unsolved yet, which is still annoying because I really thought that by this point Ben Simmons would be on another team and we'd be talking about that, but instead we're still talking about him still being in Philadelphia but not with the team and going through the whole mental health thing. I don't even want to get into that because that's none of our business. Honestly, anything that talks about his mental health or him getting therapy, like, that's not our business. So I don't like that it's being out there in public. If he is going through real mental health stuff, then obviously we hope that everything's okay with him and that he gets the help he needs. But I'm not going to touch any of that stuff. I just want Ben Simmons to be gone, man. I just want him to be gone. It's so clear now. And it's so clear also that Daryl Morey's playing hardball, being completely unrealistic with his expectations for what he wants in certain deals, depending on the teams. Apparently the Celtics are now in the race, so we'll see what happens with that. But I don't know. I don't get it, man. Daryl Morey wants Jaylen Brown from the Celtics. There's no way in hell the Celtics are gonna give up the best player on their team right now for Ben Simmons. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. So yeah, I mean, it just sucks that that's happening. But there is a positive though, because the Sixers right now are playing really good basketball and they're a really good team and they're fun to watch too. So despite the Ben Simmons situation, this team is still doing really well, and it has surprised some people because people expected a drop off, obviously, because Ben Simmons is still a very talented player who was a big part of that team. So when you lose that part of your team, a big core, then you would expect, a drop off. But that really hasn't happened. This team has still played really well. The guys outside of Embiid have really stepped up their games, and that's been fun to watch, honestly. Like, Embiid himself isn't, like, he's not putting up the same numbers last year. Like, he's not putting MVP numbers, right? But 21 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Nothing crazy, but he's still an elite center doing incredible things, right? And I can attest to this because the Sixers last week played my Bulls twice and beat them twice because Joel Embiid just was unstoppable in those games. And part of what makes this team good and why I wanted to make this video, which was after those Bulls games, was, man, the guys outside of Embiid are so good right now. Like, it's so hard to believe. Like, Tobias Harris was playing really well, but then he's, dealing with COVID, and apparently it's actually, like, pretty serious, so hopefully that's okay. That game, I mean, both of those games, I was thinking the Bulls were going to win those easily. No Thibault. No Tobias Harris. I was like, that's a part of that team. Embiid's not going to be able to do everything and beat the Bulls like that with the way the Bulls were playing. But credit to the other guys. I mean, Seth Curry was unbelievable in those games. And in this season in general, he's been amazing. He has one of the best shooting percentages from 3 ever. So that hasn't stopped. And then you also have Furkan Korkmaz, who was also making threes at a very high clip, which I was thrown off by that, man. When I watched those Bulls games, I was like, who the hell is he making all these threes about? Like, where did this come from? Like, I knew Korkmaz wasn't a bad player, right? But I thought he was a good defender, and that was kind of it. I didn't really see him as like a scorer. I thought he was a decent guard who could play defense, but I was wrong, clearly. I mean, he's making his shots at a very high level, and it's so impressive. Niang also is making his threes too. That threw me off. Andre Drummond off the bench, and I know he's a huge meme because he's not a great player, and honestly, even with him being on the Sixers, he has made some very stupid decisions, but he isn't playing bad. I mean, I know it's not popular to say that, but he's been decent for the Sixers off the bench. He's putting up his numbers, he's out rebounding, playing okay defense, not making incredibly stupid mistakes that cost the game. Credit to him. He's playing a decent job in his role as a backup to Embiid. I don't know, man. I thought it was a stupid move when he went there, but it happened and it's working out for them. And he's going to be important because of this team's COVID situation. Because, I mean, everybody's out right now, it looks like. No Embiid, no Thibault, no Seth Curry because he's injured, no Tobias Harris because of the injury or COVID. They've had to rely on Isaiah Joe, Tyrese Maxey, who had 30 something yesterday against the Bucks, which was unbelievable. Had 17 in the first. Like, he's unbelievable. Like, everyone knew he was a really sneaky steal when the Sixers got him, right? Because he was really good at Kentucky, but you know, there were so many flashes in his rookie year that made you think, okay, yeah, he's good. But then when it became a situation where he had to step up because they had to rely on him and the other guys yesterday against the Bucks, by the way, he played a really damn good game. And even though the Sixers lost that game, you could tell they were playing really hard, making shots, playing really good defense, rebounding. Like, they did everything right. And I'm like, you can't get mad at that. So the Sixers right now are 8-4, fourth in the East, which, I mean, the seedings doesn't matter. It's only 12 games right now. And I get that everyone's going to say it's early and everyone's just kind of riding the highs right now. I get it. But the way this team plays, in terms of just the toughness and the consistent shot making that they're playing with and the incredible defense. I mean, Matisse Thybulle, right? Everyone knows he's a monster. He had Zach LaVine in hell for both games, to be honest. Like, he clamps anybody up any given day. Like, and I know everyone says it and it's so cliche, but like, imagine if Thybulle was like also like an elite shooter too. Like, imagine if he shot like 40% from 3 on like a high volume. Like, imagine how scary that would be, knowing that you'd have to worry about him on both ends of the floor as well. But regardless, he's amazing. Tobias Harris played like an all-star before he gets hurt. I think when he comes back, he'll be back to that, hopefully, right? He'll be playing like an all-star. You could argue he was one last year. Tyrese Maxey's really good. Andre Drummond's good. I mean, this team is just good, man. I don't know. I feel like it kind of threw people off with the talent on the team and the expectations that were pretty low. And everyone thought that given the whole Ben Simmons drama that this team would be kind of disoriented and distracted, but doesn't look like it right now with the way they're playing. So I give them a ton of credit because the way they're playing right now, I mean, Doc Rivers has them playing hard. I still don't know what their ceiling is. You know, I still predicted them being fourth in the East, and I'm going to still stick with that because I think they're not as bad as everyone thinks. But, you know, we'll see. Embiid is, you know, the whole thing is injuries, you know, but COVID outbreak, injuries, like, they're going through stuff right now. And they're still playing really well, and they're playing tough against really good teams. So, yeah, if you're a Sixers fan, you got to feel good about this team. And regardless of what happens with the Ben Simmons situation, whether you end up with a star player or a bunch of role players or draft assets, I feel like this team is going to be even better once the whole situation's over, just because it's going to be over behind them. I mean, in a way, it feels like they've already left it behind, which credit to them. You know, they're going to let whatever happens with that. So the way they're playing right now is so impressive. It's so cool to watch, honestly. And when I watched them play the Bulls and play the way they did, I had to talk about it because it was just, I was impressed. That's all it was. I was just really impressed with them. So yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I wanted to do a quick rant on this team because I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing from them so far. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thoughts on this Sixers team. What do you see them doing this year? How impressive have they been for you this year so far? Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. And that's basically it. Thank you guys, as always, for your continuous support. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.